All right, let's look at the urogenital triangle. That is the triangle on top, right? And it has three boundaries, three vertices, right? The first vertice is the pubic symphysis, and it is also surrounded by the two ischial tuberosities. Just to give you a quick recap of our hip bone from last semester, notice last semester we studied the male hip bone. Just to let you know, the male symbol has the circle with the arrow coming off. Right over here, this is the male. And the female has the little circle with the cross. Right? I like to think of the cross kind of like as a skirt. If we look in this diagram, remember from last semester, you have the pubic arch over here, right? And this is the pubic arch of a female. The pubic arch of the male, which is on the left, has an acute angle, less than 45 degrees, right? I'm sorry, less than 90 degrees. If you look at the angle of the pubic arch for a female, it is greater than 90 degrees, which is known as an obtuse angle, right? Also, the female's opening is a lot larger than a male, right? For childbirth purposes. All right, let's go back in this diagram over here, right? Again, this is an inferior view. I'm gonna pull up this diagram over here, right? This is the hip bone, right? And if we look over here at the inferior view, we have the urogenital triangle over here. So before we continue, there are three boundaries to this urogenital triangle. The first boundary is this region called the pubic symphysis. The next two boundaries are right on these two protrusions. Remember the bone over here? This is the ischium. So this is called the ischial tuberosity. I don't know if I can. Right over here on this dot is the ischial tuberosity. Right, and you have another ischial tuberosity right over here. Okay. Let me go back. If we notice over here, again, this here is right, this is an inferior view. This is the same view we were seeing before. Right, and again, let me see if I can mark this for you. All right, I'm gonna have to redraw this again because I don't think it sticks. So this is the pubic symphysis. These are the ischial tuberosities. And if we draw a line from here to here, this here is the urogenital triangle, right? Actually, sorry, oops. No, I drew a little too deep. So, my fault. Here is the urogenital triangle. The urogenital triangle is actually formed. This region is the anterior part of the perineum. Remember what the perineum was? That was the distance, that was the region between the vaginal orifice, which is over here, and the anal orifice, which is over here. The anterior portion of the perineum, right, also makes up the urogenital triangle. If we do another, I'm going to do another triangle from the ischial tuberosities to this tailbone right over here, right? This tailbone is also known as the coccyx, right? This is the last vertebrae from last semester. And this contains the anal orifice, which is over here, right? I'm gonna erase this all right now and just actually, let's try this, right? Again, if I were to zoom back in, right, this region here is actually the tailbone, also known as the coccyx, and that makes up another part of the anal triangle. So I'm going to try to show it to you from a different point of view again, right? Let's see if I can do it like this. Let's see if I can remove the, I'm going to, okay, let's look at this again. Just to quickly summarize without my drawings, this is the pubic symphysis. This here is the ischium bone, but that tip, right, the tip of that ischium bone, it has the ischial tuberosity. This has the other ischial tuberosity, right? And these 3 points make up the urogenital triangle. And then if we want to draw the other triangle, the anal triangle, we'll look at the two ischial tuberosities again, right? And the coccyx, which is the tailbone, and that contains the anal orifice, which is right over in this region, also known as the anal canal.